Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss one of the exercise question number 1.1, which is given in NCERT page number 4 and 5 in your maths textbook Ganitha Manjari for class 9 from the chapter Orienting Yourself, the use of coordinates. So you see, the question 1.1 is actually a figure is given there. This figure shows Riaans room with points O, A, B, C marking its corners. The X and Y axes are marked in the figure. The point O is the origin. Now, a few questions are given there. We want to answer those questions. The first question is, if D1R1 represents the door to Riaan's room, how far is the door from the left wall, that is the y-axis of the room? How far is the door from the x-axis as well? So you see, this D1R1 actually represents the door to Riaan's room. So first question, how far is the door from the left wall, that is from the y-axis? See, and how far is it from the x-axis? See, this door D1R1, it is actually lying on the x-axis. So, its distance from the x-axis, that will be equal to 0 units. Okay, the distance of this door D1R1 from the x-axis, that will be equal to 0 units because this door is actually lying on the x-axis. Now, when we consider the distance from the y-axis or the left wall, see, from the y-axis, this door actually begins from this point. Okay, the door begins at this point D1, which is 8 units away from the y-axis. Okay, so from the y-axis, the distance to this door is 8 units because the door begins here. Okay, its x value is 8. So it is 8 units away from the y-axis. Now, the second question is, what are the coordinates of this point D1? See, this point D1, it is lying on the x-axis. So its x coordinate is 8. It is on the x-axis now. So for points lying on the x-axis, their y values will be 0. So y coordinate will be 0. So since this point D1 is on the x-axis, its x coordinate is 8, but y coordinate will be 0. So 8, 0 is the coordinates of this point D1. Okay. Now, the third question. If R1 is the point 11.5, 0. Okay, because you see this R1 actually lying between 11 and 12. So this point is given as 11.5. Okay, the coordinate is given as 11.5. So if R1 is the point 11.5, 0, how wide is the door? So how wide is the door means we want to find out the width of this door. We want to find out this width of the door means we want to find out this distance D1R1 or R1D1. Okay, we want to find out this distance D1R1. So that will be equal to what? See, from the Bodayana-Pythagoras theorem which we have discussed in our previous videos, we have the equation as square root of the distance between 2 points is actually square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. This can also be taken as x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square, no problem. So here, the width of this door, that is distance between D1 and R1, that will be equal to square root of, see, x coordinate of R1 is 11.5 minus x coordinate of D1 is 8. So 11.5 minus 8 all square plus y2 minus y1. Y coordinate of R1 is 0 minus y coordinate of D1 is also 0. So 0 minus 0 the whole square. Okay, so this will be equal to square root of 11.5 minus 8 all square, because this term becomes 0. 0 minus 0, 0, 0 square 0. Then this term plus 0 will become this term only. We know that when we take square root of x square, that is actually equal to x. Similarly, square root of this term square, this is actually equal to this term, no? 11.5 minus 8. Right, square root of x square is x. Similarly, square root of 11.5 minus 8 all square will be 11.5 minus 8. 11.5 minus 8 which is actually equal to 3.5. So 3.5 units. If this unit is centimeter, we will write here 3.5 centimeter. If this unit is meter, we will write 3.5 meter, like that. Okay, so 3.5 units, that is the width of this door D1 R1. Now, there is another question, that is, do you think this is a comfortable width for the room door? So you see, if we consider this unit as feet, we have 1 foot as 12 inches. Okay, then suppose I am taking this unit as feet or foot. So you see 3.5 feet, that actually will be equal to 3.5 into 12, that will be approximately 42 inches. Okay, so 42 inches width is actually quite a comfortable it is quite comfortable for a room door. Okay, so we can consider this width as a comfortable width for the room door. Now, there's another question. If a person in a wheelchair wants to enter the room, will he or she be able to do so easily? See, usually a wheelchair, usually it needs at least 32 inches width. Since here this 42 inches is greater than 32 inches, the door is wide enough. So we can say that yes, the width of this door is comfortable, and the person who is using a wheelchair will be able to enter the room easily without any difficulty. Okay. Now the next question, if B1, its coordinate is given as x value 0, because V1 is lying on the y axis, so x value 0. Y value, you see y coordinate, it is actually lying in the middle of 1 and 2, so this is actually 1.5. So coordinates of B1 is 0, 0, 1.5. And B2 is given as, it is also lying on the y axis, so x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 4. So if B1 and B2 represent the ends of the bathroom door, is the bathroom door narrower or wider than the room door? That is the question. So you see, for the room door, its width is 3.5 units. Now we want to find out the width of this bathroom door, that is, we want to find out this distance B1, B2. Okay, to find out this distance B1, B2, we can use the same equation. So to get this distance B2, B1, I am using the same equation, square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square. So x component is 0, x coordinate is 0 here, so 0 minus 0 all square, plus y2 minus y1 the whole square, right? So 1.5 minus 4 the whole square, or you can take 4 minus 1.5 all square, no problem, because when we take the square it will become plus. So this is equal to square root of 0 square is 0 plus this value, that is 1.5 minus 4 all square will be there actually. Or this can also be written as what I told you, no, this can also be written as 4 minus 1.5 all square, because we are taking the square, no. Okay, so square root of this value, square root of x square is actually equal to x. Similarly, square root of this will be equal to 4 minus 1.5. Okay, so this is equal to 2.5 units. Okay, so you see, the width of the bathroom door is 2.5 units and the width of the room door is 3.5 units. So since 2.5 units is less than 3.5 units, we can say that the bathroom door is narrower than the room door. Okay. So in this video, we have discussed the NCERT exercise question 1.1. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.